Alright, fuck everything, dude. Take the shit off. Take the shit off, quick. I hate Abyssal Crown. I hate Bazaar. I don't care what it is. Fuck the shit. But Operator Sigret. Alright, Kuurai. You guys know what to do. So, Operator Sigret, they first introduced her as a Dark Ranger. She's looking pretty spicy with 1k, like, what is it, 1079 on attack. Pretty decent on HP. Her speed being one of the fastest for Rangers at 115. Defense being pretty low, but doesn't really fucking matter. Crit chance being 27% and crit damage at 160. Oof, those damage stats looking pretty good, I like to say. Any unit with high freaking crit chance is already looking pretty good for me. So, honestly, the way that they introduce her is pretty nuts. I think this is the fast ranger, including the fact that she has like, well, not the fastest ranger, but like having a decent speed with also like a lot of crit chance to boot makes her very easy to build. She's not the fastest ranger, yeah, I know. But she looks like she's going to be one of those units that is going to be pretty freaking easy to gear. I think moving on from all that whatnot, they start off with her S2. Her S2 is Annihilation. Batters the enemy with a scythe, grants an extra turn when the enemy is defeated, penetrates a target's defense by 50% or by 100% when the target is granted barrier. Wait, what? Wait, this is Wachashuri. Oh, it's Wachashuri. Oh my god, wait a minute, it's Wachashuri. Yo, she has a Wachashuri S2. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And she gets an extra turn. That's insane. Okay, moving on. Okay, wait, that's not it. Her S3, Obliterate, calls in drones to attack all enemies with a 100% chance to decrease buff durations by 1 turn before decreasing combat radius by 20%. Increases attack of all allies for 2 turns. Dude, honestly, the fact that I know that she has 100% penetration with this, I think she's broken. I'm sorry, chat. Okay, so let's run it down like a little bit, right? Number 1, Rangers are gonna get really strong with the Guiding Light buff, right? And even if not, there's a lot of ways that you could definitely be using Sigret. The first part here is her Annihilation, which is 100% penetration on defense. This is like one of those big things, especially when the entire game is all about Knight meta. This is insane. Okay, the fact that she gets an extra turn after an enemy gets defeated, that basically means that she could play turn 1, kill everything, and then literally do this and just wipe the team. You guys can literally just play like her as a cleave. She's like, you can play her similar to like Tomoka and like all those other fucking units. Like, this is really good, right? She also gives us full attack buff for her entire team, which is probably one of the best things that I could probably ever ask for, especially with this much utility, offensive utility, like offensive skills, including like offensive skill and offensive utility. This is insane, right? Reduced, she basically is another version of Judge Kisei, probably even better, right? And then you also got this. You also got attack the enemy with a scythe. So I think one of the best things here is that if you guys notice, she doesn't have a soul burn here where she needs to get a Taga Hells in order to make her work. This is probably a really good side, right? And because she doesn't need a Taga Hells, she could basically just do this instead. And a soul burn here is not even necessary, right? This is insane. I think Sigret is going to be one of those really nice units to have, especially if you're, no matter, you could be a turn 1 or even a turn 2 player. This thing could be a very big deal. Let's say, for example, you can even play her with Knights. You could also play her with like Guiding Light. Guiding Light could also make it very strong, right? I'm scared. I personally am really scared about this. Like, holy crap. There's so many things that I could do to set this up. I'm not even kidding. There's so many ways, there's so many things that you could actually just do to set this up. I think Sigret is gonna be a very scary unit. Could you build her as a tank? I don't see why you would, to be honest, right? I think the fact that her S2 literally looks like she has 100% penetration on barrier, which is a very common thing already, and the fact that she gets an extra turn and all this is just nice. And she, of course, she has healing over here, and we saw her healing. She healed like 1.8k on a C-Dom. This is probably one of the must-have units. This is not a unit that you want to skip, especially with the Guiding Light buff. And even if you're not going to use her with Guiding Light, you could definitely play her as a turn 1 character. And if you have speed gear, this is by all means must pull. She's really strong. I am not kidding. You guys will regret if you guys don't pull. She might not be like a counter to certain things, but she is a tank. She literally could probably one-shot practically everything. The fact that she's a dark, she could probably one-shot a Ruel. Think about it, right? It's freaking nuts. My editor should be bringing you guys over to hear from Sigret. So welcome back. We're going to be talking about the new update content. Of course, not going to be a rinse and repeat. So I already talked a hero and artifact balance adjustments in a previous video before. You guys can go ahead and check that out, which should be in the description below. You guys should check that out right now if you guys want to know what I actually think about what's going on here. But to really cut it short, this entire patch is really all about Guiding Light, to be honest. Guiding Light and some of the more unpopular units being buffed. That basically just put us down there. So these things are getting buffed. Ranger is going to be very insane. That's the short TLDR. We see the new hunt. So they're releasing the new Kades, the hunt that presumably Small Gate try to destroy us on, or rather make it so fucking hard that we can't clear the shit. So they are not releasing Hunt 12 and 13 because they said the success rate of it was super low. That was a Monka S, is all I gotta say. This new Hunt basically introduced a new, like, 3 new sets. Number 1, the Revenge set, Injury set, and Penetration set. The Revenge set being a speed increase by 10% for every 1% of the HP lost. Speed is increased by an additional 0.5%. I actually thought that this set was actually going to be shit. At least first impression when they first introduced it, introduced Kaides before in a different video. I thought this was actually going to be really shit. This set is actually pretty good. Surprisingly, if not, just because that it has 10% increased speed. This basically means that it isn't completely as useless as you think it is. Speed set gives you 25%, but this thing can actually give you much more than, like, an insane amount, much higher than 25% if your unit get actually low enough. Units like T-Surin, your Knights, almost practically every unit that would typically bank on being very tanky can actually use this to some extent. This is actually a very, very scary set. It is not a useless set. I actually think this probably could be one of the most underrated sets, just because then you'd be like, why would I not use this over speed set when I could get it immediately? You are right. But let's say, for example, you do get units that typically enjoy being at low HP, or typically enjoy being at under a specific HP level, right? If you lose like around like 50% HP, right? That's basically like 50 times the 0.5 right here. This is basically 25%. You're basically gaining up to like 35%, right? You don't exactly lose too much HP in order for you to gain the full speed set mark once again. And I think that's a very, very big thing. Now, as far as I know, I do not know if the speed is applied to your total speed. If it is to your total speed, that would be insane. If not, I don't really freaking know, right? If it's applied to base speed, it's be no different from a speed set, but might be even better for some specific units. So it's definitely a set that you should look out for. Injury set. Injury set seems to be like a very niche set. It is a 4-piece set. This might be good for like SSB, for AoE oriented units. I don't think that I don't think you're going to be seeing this set very often. You might be seeing this on Dizzy perhaps. But for sure, it seems to be like a very niche set, definitely for AoE units. The only problem, or the only gripe that I have against this set is that it's a 4-piece set. 4-piece set means that you're going to be sacrificing at least something, sacrificing some sort of stat, some sort of stat boost. If you're used to be running counter set on Dizzy, you won't be countering anymore. If you used to be running like hit set or crit sets on SSB, you wouldn't be running, you don't have the high effectiveness or the high crit anymore that can supplement your stats. This, although the effect could be very cheeky, it could be very good for against tank players. I think this would be kind of okay, but you guys always have to be careful that when you're using a set like this, you're definitely going to be sacrificing something. You're going to be sacrificing some sort of stat that might be very valuable for you, right? And then, of course, we got Penetration set. When attacking with a single target attack, it penetrates the target's defense by 10%, does not stack with the other sets with the same name. So, this shit doesn't stack. You guys can't stack triple penetration, I mean. Okay? You guys can't be like, oh my god, I could just triple stack freaking penetration, be like Omega lol, but no, that's not how it works, okay? So, any unit that uses crit set, if you guys don't know, like Rylet or like units like Rylet or Emolulika, units that end up using crit set already, would enjoy using penetration set. The reason being is just because then some units like Rylet, he has his imprint. He can be made easier to gear, and you can easily supplement all the crit chance that you can get, and then just replace the crit stat in order to get enough stats to use the penetration. And I think that's added on top of this, which is not a 100%. Another 10% can be a very big deal. But, you know, it really depends on how good your gear is. This is what probably one of the higher end sets that you need to use, that you probably don't need to use, just because in order for you to get like all the stats in order to make your character 100%, this thing will sacrifice quite a bit in order to make the margin. So we don't know if this one is going to be a big deal or not. It might be really good in some circumstances, it might not in other cases, right? Very niche, only for single targets. We have a lot of single target nukes that are very popular right now. I could see some use in it. Just don't put it in your Watch of Shuri. I might have to like spank you if you had to do that. So yeah. So moving on from here, they are now added into the crafting stuff right here. So I guess the crafting stuff. Yep, reforge and everything else. So you can now also reforge for this. This is actually really nice. So if you guys stocked up on a lot of reforge, you guys can basically do this immediately. They put it in here. Quality of life stuff. We get to see new monsters in the journal. And then we get close to, what is this? Equipment and reforged materials of the new sets, Revenge, Injury, and Penetration will not be included in certain packs. I apologize to whales because you guys cannot buy the pack. Never mind, I take it back. Whales cannot buy the pack. You guys gotta farm. There you go. Oh, but Coin Shop will have it. But Coin Shop will have it. So if you guys got coins, you guys can spend it here. Smile. Not too bad. Hey, early bird fucking gets it. Right? Bologna rate up. So, I mean, if you guys have like a lot of like Bolognas, I guess you could, like, if you want to have imprints in your SSB, I guess you could pull for more Bologna. But these two units, very niche. They're kind of niche in a lot of content. Bologna being very good for PvE kind of gets replaced by like a lot of other characters nowadays. Seal Arena basically does her job kind of better, and we basically have enough units to really do Bologna's job already. Charlotte is weird. I can't really say too much about Charlotte. These two are basically kind of skip banners. Not really much to say. Not really much to say here. Next up, we get the end of the World Arena season, which should be ending later today. So whenever this video is gonna be released, your boy is gonna be dead. Let's just put it that way. By the time that Kuurai or my editor decides to release this video, I hope you guys pray somewhere that at least I give you guys something to show and that I will reach legend because this thing ends in 16 hours. Of course, I will be getting the Faithless Litica skin. Luckily, I actually pulled her recently, so I get to see this. She got no pants. Probably best part about the skin. World Arena improvements. Okay, some other quality of life stuff. I think the most important one is definitely the Frenzy, though. I don't know if this Frenzy is a change. I'm pretty sure it just shows what effect the Frenzy had previously already. I don't think there was any change. Yeah, there's no change. I don't think there's any changes. It's just that we get to know what Frenzy does now. So what Frenzy does is that it increases the attack as you keep on going, and then you get increased effectiveness over time. So Frenzy in general loves control. That's what it is. Frenzy in general loves control. So be ready. Everyone will love to control you now, because it's been made obvious. Yeah? Right? Improvements will be made that arena total rankings is displayed on rankings. What? Okay, whatever. Okay, let's read Frenzy. This is what Frenzy did before, I think, right? No, I think they also introduced something else. Battle Frenzy improvements. Improvements we've made to Battle Frenzy are stated below. The increased damage dealt for each stage will change to increased attack. Okay. So damage dealers basically get to do more things. Debuff characters probably wouldn't matter as much anymore. So let's say, for example, oh, this is a huge thing. You guys know why, right? HP scaling characters suck now. HP scaling characters suck now. Because it's not percent damage dealt anymore. It is increased attack. So units like Crow and units like Emil Crow are true damage units. Don't get a huge benefit out of this anymore. Wah! This is a big change. This is a really big change. But that doesn't mean that you can't get controlled. You just get controlled even more. Because even at the first frenzy, you already have 10%. Dude, these gains are huge. Oh my god, I'm scared. You guys gotta be real, dude. Control comp is gonna get insane. I'm not even kidding. You're never gonna be able to resist control. And it procs hell early now. It procs at Frenzy 3. Shit gets bad at Frenzy 3. Because if you look here, you start losing HP now at Frenzy 3. And tanks get a lot weaker. Holy crap. This is a very big change. So basically what this does is a lot of true damage characters that used to scale on HP used to be very scary, like Dark Corvus, Emil Crow, Emil Haste. Any of those damage dealers, or I wouldn't say damage dealers, or knights, or like tanky units, used to do a lot of damage during these times. They basically are guaranteed to kill you no matter what, and it was a very scary thing. What this basically does is that certain units, like those units basically go down, but damage dealers goes up. So damage dealers, it doesn't even matter what you are. I think even in Cleave could also be a very big thing, especially for extended fights. Like I'm pretty sure it's very easy for you to get to Frenzy 1. Getting increased attack, increased effectiveness, doing these things are very huge for damage dealers. Very huge for, like, let's say for example, if you were to play bruisers. This is a very scary thing. This is one of the scariest changes I've seen yet. This will definitely change a new storm over to RTA. Especially if I'm playing it right now. I am playing freaking full degenerate. And thank god I don't play these knights, but this kills off very specific units. And yes, like my chat said here, they basically told anybody that decides to build effect res to suck a dick. Because effect res is now useless. It's even more useless of a stat now than ever. Oh my god, it's so scary. This is actually a really scary change. This is one of the most controversial changes. I don't even know if this is supposed to even be a thing, to be honest. I don't think the increased effectiveness should be here. I think I'm really happy about like the change in damage dealt, because then this basically takes out like the knights that made the meta currently right now, but at the same time it can change a lot of things. This thing's I think this is a topic for another video. This definitely has to be another topic for another video. It's not something I could probably discuss. This probably has to be like, oh my god, I can't even fathom what it is. New coin shop item list renewal. You guys can get Yufine in this area. I'm gonna tell you the truth. You guys will never get this because I don't have it. You will probably don't have it either. Okay, Judge Kisei. Okay, so Judge Kisei, should you get this or should you not? Number one, if you have A-lots, you should probably use Judge Kisei because she makes your life pretty easy. She's super easy to gear, and because of that, it'll make your arena life very easy. and you get a lot of stuff done. So, she's a good unit. It's a good unit if you guys really are new to the game and just want to blast things. But be sure that you have A-lots first, otherwise don't even try to do it, because it will be very, very hard. Yes? Next up, we get rank... Yes, bye, Smile. It has a lot of Sky Stones, gives you 8 Molagoras, gives you a lot of materials. I see 8 Leaves, and I see some other stuff with a lot of Sky Stones, and I see 8 Molagoras. Why the fuck not? 4.5k Sky Stones with 8 Molagoras. Hell yeah! Rank up pack, 50 bucks? Probably. Probably. And then we get... What the hell is this? Alright, you know what? Listen, we are free to play here. We don't need to talk about packs. It's good. What is this? Display conditions adjusted for Powder of Knowledge pack. Okay, if you're free to play, this doesn't matter. Charles gets himself into a shop. We get bug fixes. We get Doris's arm fixed. Oh my god, this is the best patch ever. She gets her arm fixed. I'm happy. I've been using her in RTA, and I'll be happy to use her some more. Small. Right? And then we get some other description changes, which doesn't exactly matter. We get to skip story now. Fuck the story. We get to autoplay through story too. Sure, we could skip everything. God damn. Damn. Goodbye story, dude. I guess no one would ever read it now. And then we get other quality of life stuff. Not so bad of a patch note, I like to say. And I guess lastly, for everybody that really ever cares about it, oh, we get free on a quiz! Oh my god, I nut. But once and lastly, we get Hoochie. Hoochie's good. Buy the Molagoras because it's 50% discount. Buy all the Mystic Medals because, to tell you the truth, if you're refreshing shop for Mystic Medals, 200 Sky Stones mean nothing to you, and neither does 100. Yeah? It's just that you don't have to pay the gold, which is a good thing. Yeah? We get random equipment based on... Okay, this is a scam. Don't ever do this. Do not do this. I swear, if you guys are buying this, you guys are trolling yourself every single time you do this. It's the funniest shit. I know, but don't do it. Okay? Conversion Gem, on the other hand, is good. Do Conversion Gem. Conversion Gem is always good. Yeah? Because then you get to pick whatever you want. You've picked your set, which is the most important thing. And you get to pick your stat, which is really important as well. Artifact Charms are always good, right? If you think about it, Artifact Charms here is like 9 dust. If you think about 9 dust is equivalent to 900 Sky Stones. Even if it were to be 100 Sky Stones each, this is dirt cheap. If you need to upgrade your artifact, fuck it. Got it? So, honestly, with that said, that basically concludes all the update content and everything else that really has to show here. I hope you guys actually have a good day. Pray for that I actually get legend after this video. But you guys could probably catch me at twitch.tv/Banshui. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys later on the next video. It's been dark. I might need to sleep right after this video. Bye!